I don't like the smell of this one, eh? I don't like the...
Okay. Wasn't sure if he had another line. At this stage, like, the most likely dialogues for me are that I've missed or that I haven't seen in a very long time are ones where you have to speak multiple times, where I haven't done that in the past.
These are the past leaders of the Guado.
They all look the same.
Maester Seymour doesn't look like them, no.
Don't you know? The last leader, Maester Jyscal, wed a human woman. She was Seymour's mother.
Oh.
Oh.
The last leader, Maester Jyscal.
Okay.
Stay close to Yuna.
Yeah, he's in proper, like, guard Yuna, stay close to Yuna. He really knows something's up. But even Waka does at this stage, so...
I wonder what smells so nice.
Kimari not like Mr. Seymour.
I love this. Oh, what a legend, just straight up.
Kimari. Kimari speak no more.
Why does he want to see me?
Okay. DIY SOS.
This way, please.
You have very important business. Yeah, when it comes to Seymour, the music stuff, I do think has been a bit of a miss in terms of implementation. Like the music in general, I think, is a bit too much of a giveaway for some of this stuff. I agree.
I will go inform Lord Seymour. Please wait here.
But it does help to set like a really uneasy atmosphere. Like, you know something's coming, but obviously you don't know what it is. So it's not, I don't really have it's not that much of a criticism in that sense, but I do feel like maybe if it's ever remade for people who've never experienced the story, it might be nicer to be a little bit more subtle and then use these tracks then a little bit more after you realize that something's up. But as I say, I think for this place it still works decently because you just kind of know that something is going to go down, and so the music helps with that uneasy feeling.
I get the feeling he called us up here for more than just dinner.
Yeah, like they really want you to be on edge right now, and he keeps telling you to guard Yuna, stay close to Yuna.
Stay on your guard.
Yep.
Why? This guy's just a priest, right?
Those with power use that power. Maesters have power.
Wait. You sure you don't have something against Yevon?
I lived a long time in Zanarkand.
Ah.
Classic Orin lines.
What is taking them so long? What is taking them so long?
He is not happy.
Nothing against the Maester, but I hope we get this over with quick.
Yeah, he's gonna have something against him soon. Hey Mike, welcome to stream. You don't like Kingdom Hearts? I haven't played it before, so in that sense, I don't have an opinion. I haven't played it, but in terms of like his general art style and like general vibes that I get off it, I've never been that motivated to play it personally. But I've always said like I will play the first game on the channel at some point. I've been saying it for like 10 years, but it will happen. Probably sometime in the next 10 years.
Kimari speak no more.
He's really not speaking anymore.
What could it be? Oh.
There's no temple here in Guadosalam, see? Summoners usually just pass through on their way elsewhere. What?
I didn't even ask a question and you're explaining things.
You'd rather I say nothing, then?
No. Maybe you finally believe I don't know anything about Spira. And maybe that means you believe me about Zanarkand, too?
Well, there are many things I do not know. Your Zanarkand is one of those things. I suppose I can't say what I think either way. Still, be careful. You shouldn't tell other people.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she's coming around, and I always like seeing Lulu come around to that more, like showing a bit more of that maturity and wisdom, where she understands that there's a lot of things that she doesn't know, and Tidus and his whole situation might really fall into one of those categories.
Why don't you eat something? Why don't you...
Hey 17 Master, welcome to stream. Good to see you.
This is good.
Truly, it is good to have guests again. Since Lord Jyscal passed away, these halls have been too quiet.
The death of Lord Jyscal was a great loss for all of Spira.
Was this Maester Jyscal really such a great guy?
He brought the teachings of Yevon to the Guado. He was truly a great man.
Truly a loss for us all. But now a new leader, Lord Seymour, has come before us. Lord Seymour is the child of a Guado and a human. He will be the tie that binds our two races together. But that is not all, I think. Lord Seymour, he will surely become the shining star that lights the way for all the peoples of Spira.
That is enough, Trummel. Must I always endure such praise?
Ah, tough life.
Welcome.
You wanted to see me?
Please, make yourselves at home. There's no rush.
Please keep this short. Yuna must rush.
Pardon me.
He is not
It's
having
been
it.
a long time since I had guests. Lady Yuna, this way.
He should have just got on one knee right there. And just be like, okay, you want to rush? Here's the rush. Ah, yes, one of the most beautiful FMVs of the entire game. Always loved this one. So nice. Still holds up.
This sphere is a reconstruction created from the thoughts of the dead that wander the far.
Xanarkand?
Correct. Xanarkand, as it looked 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, this shot here.
The great and wondrous Machina city, Xanarkand. She once lived in this metropolis.
She who?
Yeah, agreed, Creeping.
Lady Yunalesca.
She was the first person to defeat sin and save the world from its ravages. And you have inherited her name.
It was my father who named me.
Lord Braska was entrusting you with a great task. He wanted you to face sin as Lady Yunalesca did. However, Lady Yunalesca did not save the world alone. To defeat the undefeatable sin, it took an unbreakable bond of love, of the kind that binds two hearts for eternity.
This armor thing just always looks so cool. Very over the top, but looks super cool. That could be us, you know. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously... She's so young as well. He's older, more experienced. I think he's obviously doing his best to kind of manipulate her and that kind of stuff as well. It's all very sinister stuff. And we can see the effect it's having. And it did have. The two-handed grabbing of the cloths.
Wow, your face is beet red.
You okay?
He asked me to marry him.
You serious? Hey!
You know what Yuna must do.
Of course. Lady Yuna. No, all summoners are charged with bringing peace to Spira. But this means more than just defeating sin. She must ease the suffering of all Spira. She must be a leader for the people. I proposed to Lady Yuna as a maester of Yevon.
Spira is no playhouse. A moment's diversion may amuse an audience, but it changes nothing.
Even so, the actors must play their parts.
Ah, this exchange.
There's no need to answer right away. Please, think it over.
We will do so then. We leave.
Lady Yuna, I await your favorable reply. Why are you still here, sir? I beg your pardon. We Guado are keen to the scent of the Farplane.
This sniffing. Oh man. Such an awkward, like, tense interaction and scene. In terms of, I think, what it was trying to achieve, it did a great job. Oh. Yeah, I think like people are talking about like not realizing that Seymour was evil until like basically you literally fight him. I think definitely a lot of people were in the same boat. We've had a discussion about that stuff a few times. That yeah, I mean, especially when I first played it, I thought like, you know, maybe he really does. He's just another guy who has another angle for how to defeat sin, even though it kind of seems sketchy, whatever. But again, I was only like 13 or something at the time. I'm sure probably if I played it for the first time today, I would have picked up on it sooner. But I definitely wasn't like instantly like, oh yeah, okay. And what was my first Final Fantasy game and that kind of thing as well. I'd played very few story games, full stop, like that really had a strong immersive narrative before Final Fantasy X. So, well. And yes, the sniffing is so good at misdirecting you from the fact that Seymour just spoils something huge. Again, first playthrough, I didn't really understand what he was getting at either. So the whole Auron being unsent thing, that was lost on me for basically most of it. Okay. Is this a genuine live stream? It's a genuine live stream. It has been all the way through for this challenge. So like the randomizer one that I did, this one. They're all live streams. And then afterwards they're uploaded as VODs in chunks. The people who couldn't make it. I mean, oh, whoops. Yeah, I was reading the chat, got a bit carried away. Yeah, decent number of people watching the VODs. Shout out to you guys watching the VODs. Thank you for supporting it. Maybe the chat can say hi to the VOD watchers in the meantime. Because we tend to get about 150 to 200 depending on what's going on. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And then the VODs are like 2,000 to 3,000 people and longer, like long term. So yeah, thank you to everybody for collectively supporting these streams.
Yuna, the High Summoner's daughter. Seymour, the leader of the Guado. Married in the name of Yevon. overcoming the barriers of race. It would give Spira something cheery to talk about for a change.
Damn it, Lulu.
Sounds just like a passing daydream, like Oren says.
Come on, let's just get on with the pilgrimage. I mean, marriage?
Jealous?
What? No way. We gotta defeat sin. Romance can wait.
You sure picked a fine time to lay this one on us.
Maybe it is a fine time.
You serious?
If my getting married would help Spira, if it would make people happy, if I could do that for people, maybe I should do what I can. I never imagined doing anything like this, but I won't answer till I know what's right.
Seriously?
You could always just quit your pilgrimage and get married.
I will. Go on. I'm sure that Lord Seymour will understand.
I guess so.
I am a summoner. I must fight and defeat sin.
Like Braska before you.
I had to stop myself from shouting. What's there to think about?
I'm going to the Farplane. I'm going to see my father and think on this.
Go on. We'll be right behind you.
I wondered why none of the others ever asked Yuna. Do you love Seymour? Do you even like him?
Yeah, I think especially like earliest playthrough, the interactions that you see there's a lot of people that are kind of older, more mature than Tidus, and that you kind of look up on as people who kind of know what they're doing a bit more, that have a bit more of that sort of wisdom. And the amount of general, like, support's a strong word, but like they kind of make it seem like, well, you know what, I guess it could work for this particular, like what he's pitching to you in that particular context. Maybe it's not such a bad idea. Maybe it can happen. Maybe there's some, but like you can really feel how sinister and dangerous it is, like what's being proposed. But even Oren is like, as long as you continue with your pilgrimage, sure thing. So that's why, again, like I think first time early on, I was like, maybe Seymour isn't that bad a guy. I mean, if people like Lulu and stuff are saying that maybe it's not such a bad idea, then how bad could the Seymour guy really be? So I think there's definitely enough there to kind of throw you off, but it's one of those where I think especially retroactively, if you look back on certain things, it's like, wow, like this is kind of a bit too on the nose and obvious, but yeah. Okay, let's go to the Farplane. Just James, welcome to stream, by the way. Nick too. And that being said, yes indeed, it's a live. Just a clue for you guys, if it says live stream in the thumbnail, then it has like a live thing when you go into it. It's probably live. Same. Alright, let's go.
Question. About this Farplane. When somebody dies, a summoner sends them to the Farplane, right? So their souls, or whatever they are, they go to the Farplane, right? But that's the Farplane we're going to, right? And Yuna's old man's there too? Do dead people live there or something?
These ghosts. Thinking those funny thoughts.
You thinking those funny thoughts again, yeah? You'll see once we get there.
Aren't you coming?
I do not belong there.
You're scared.
Searching the past to find the future. This is all that is there. I need it not. You'd better be going.
You're not really going to see the dead. More like your memories of them. People think of their relatives, and the Fireflies react to them. They take on the form of the dead person. An illusion, nothing else. Well, have fun.
What? You're not going either, Riku?
I keep my memories inside.
Huh?
Memories are nice, but that's all they are.
Yeah, again, like in my earliest playthrough, I think it was I was always a little bit surprised at this particular combination here at the time, but obviously it makes a lot of sense. Oren's obviously pretty obvious why he doesn't want to go in. But Riku, I guess they mentioned the fact that when you speak to Machen, he talks about Albed basically having their own theory on what the Farplane is and what it does. And obviously Riku, she doesn't have as much of the, I guess, almost superstition attachment to it. Like, she kind of knows that it's just fireflies giving you an illusion of someone that you care about. And so she has, I think, a bit more of a objective look on it. Doesn't have like the emotional, cultural tie to it. And so she doesn't see much value in what's going on up there. So the fact that these two are kind of the ones left out here for their own very different reasons, I think it's pretty cool. Because they're so different as characters. I do love the way he pokes that. I would have done exactly the same thing. Brilliant.
What the?
Yeah, I think everyone has a different attitude about that. That could literally be obviously a motivation. It depends on your relationship with it, your view of it, I guess. I mean, someone that you care about being dead would be why you want to go, and also why you don't want to go. Depends if you want to quote unquote see them or not. Waka probably still wouldn't get it. Riku would just have this like Albed lady standing in front of her, and Waka would be like, "Why is she in Albed?" And they'll say something, and he'd probably just be like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, this shot and the sound effect there was a little bit weird.
The Farplane was cool, but I couldn't stop thinking about Yuna. Her parents, they looked so happy together. But it got me worried that maybe seeing them would make Yuna really consider Seymour's proposal.
Okay, let's enjoy this theme a little bit as well. So subtle, but nice.
Yo, Chapu! Meant to come see you earlier, yeah? Sorry. I know you won't hold it against me. I gave up that game. I'm a guardian from here on, you know? This guy looks a lot like you. Showed up. Traveling with him, I thought maybe you were still alive somewhere, yeah? But then again, here you are on the Farplane. Guess your place is here. So, how you been? Oh, that guy I just told you about? I gave him your sword. He likes it.
Huh? Whoa.
Oh, I just happened to have it in my hand.
Just a sec more.
He is dead, and I am still alive. Coming here really makes that clear. I should focus more on what I have to do now.
What?
I'm not even sure what I'm saying.
Don't you mean that you should leave Chapu behind? I'm sure he was a great guy, but there'll be others.
That's a possibility.
How about Waka?
What, me? With Waka?
Oh, man.
Yeah, you two get along great.
Getting along isn't enough. Not even close.
Oh, sorry. My mistake.
You'd do well to remember that. Knowing a bit about women might come in handy someday.
Yeah, I'll remember.
I won't be forgetting either. Goodbye, Chapu. You always said I looked grumpy. But those were the happiest days of my life. Why don't you try calling someone? All you have to do is think about them.
Yeah, exactly. He isn't a fool. Lulu talked all of this business and then just end up with Waka anyway. So, as Tidus would say, what do you know?
So, Yuna?
I've decided.
Oh, really? That's good.
I remember when I was only 7 years old in Bavel that day. My father had defeated Sin, and the whole town was out in the streets. Everyone was laughing, They all seemed so happy. If I defeated Sin, that would make everyone happy, wouldn't it? I must do what everyone wants, not just what I want.
Let's go back. You gotta tell Seymour.
Before that, call Sir Jet. Give it a try.
Huh?
Don't worry. He won't come.
Trying not to think about my old man made me think about him, of course.
See, told you.
He isn't here because he's not dead. He's Sin.
That means he's alive, you know.
What if my old man really is Sin? What would I say to Yuna? Heck, to everybody in Spira. Wait, why should I have to apologize for him anyway? I'd rather never see him again.
What makes you hate him so?
Everything he does just makes me mad. It was his fault that me and my mother... Mom? It's her.
She's very pretty.
But... wait. No one ever performed the sending for her.
She must have accepted death while she was still alive.
Whoa there. That's my mother you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think I just... figured something out.
What?
Why I hate my old man.
Yeah, this is a pretty sad time scene.
See, so I told him what I thought of him right there.
What, really?
Of course.
I suppose, but...
The happy bit, the Macarena bit. That's the happy bit.
Just a sec, dear.
Whenever my old man was around, my mother wouldn't even look at me. Maybe that's when I started to resent him, even hate him. When he left us, Mom just lost her energy.
Is she all right?
Why should you care?
If she dies, I wouldn't know what to do.
Don't say Mom is gonna die.
I apologize.
The old lady next door told me, when a lovebird dies, the one left behind, it just gives up living so it can join its mate. It was just like that. I hated my old man even more. But really, my old man...
Mommy! Just a sec, dear.
Go to him. He'll cry if you don't.
Oh, man. I must sound so stupid.
I don't think so.
How embarrassing.
Well, need some more time.
No. I'm ready.
Did I miss something?
Thanks for waiting. I'll go give my answer to Maester Seymour.
Lord
Jyscal!
Oh, Lord Jyscal!
He does not belong here.
Why?
Yuna, send him.
It's like, could they have made it any more obvious at this point? But still, first time through, I just I hadn't put the pieces together.
He is Lord Jyscal no more. Send him now.
I'm surprised he doesn't actually leave. He's still on the steps. I would have thought he would have found some way to basically kind of make more of a move to get out of there instead of struggling a little bit.
Talk later. We leave now.
Hey, Rinna, welcome to stream. Good to see you.
What was that just now? That really Lord Jyscal?
Wait, I know.
He wasn't sent, so he became a fiend, right?
I would think that he was sent once, but he stayed on Spira. Something, a powerful emotion, could have bound him to this world. Such things happen.
That's against the rules, isn't it?
It means he died an unclean death.
I do love that. That's against the rules, isn't it? The way that she asked that is brilliant. Hey Shinryu, welcome to stream. Yeah, I do love that. It's kind of rare that you see them all walking together and chatting. But yeah, in terms of the scenes that you see there, like there's some of the more, I think, complicated ones in terms of the lore and the timeline, and it's the ones where I think there's most likely to potentially be a little bit of a kind of a mistake or a plot hole or certain things not fitting together as well as they should. I'm trying to remember, like in terms of timeline, do we definitely know the order of events in terms of what happened in Spira, and then Auron obviously makes this promise to Jecht and Braska. Those two die / Jecht becomes Sin, and then Auron goes to Dream Zanarkand. When he arrives in Dream Zanarkand, was Tidus's mum still alive, or had she also died as well? Do we know that for sure? Because I mean, obviously that scene makes it seem like when he arrived in Dream Zanarkand, Tidus's mum was still alive and she died at some point afterwards. But that part of the timeline, I don't really know too well or remember too well. Like I haven't specifically researched it that much. I think he arrives pretty early in Tidus's life. Yeah, we don't know exactly how long Tidus's mum went on for, because Auron spent a little time. Yeah, because how much time did Auron spend in Spira before going back to Yuna to try and get revenge and then being killed? And like the timelines of that part of it, I made a video on it like nearly 10 years ago, man. I don't remember specific details of stuff I've researched once like 10 years ago. It's like taking a test where you kind of learn a bunch of shit and you research stuff, and then ask you about it 6 months later, you just won't know. Like every time I play through Final Fantasy X, I don't get to this point and then research all of the timelines and the lore of everything. Certain things you just start to take as given, you just enjoy it in the moment for what it is. Like you don't turn everything into like an analytical timeline, you know? Yeah, it's definitely a very like curious part of the game in terms of its like the flashback and who's in it and what's going on and timelines and that kind of thing. The whole, obviously the fact that Tidus's mum can appear in the first place, and people are like, well, she's a dream of the faith, she was in Dream Zanarkand, how is it that she appears on the Farplane? And there's a lot of very interesting and deep lore questions to ask about that sequence up there. Hey Sammy, welcome to stream. Yeah, so that's what we know. Like, Auron goes to Yuna shortly after they defeat Sin, and then after dying, rides Sin back to Zanarkand. But, like, that whole thing, like, how long that process is, I mean, I don't think there isn't anything specific about it. We just take that as generally the story and just fit everything else around it, I think.
I will go meet with Maester Seymour.
Yes, it's live, Wayne.
Yuna! Jyscal is the Guado's problem, not yours.
Got Lulu again.
What?
So, Lulu, what do you think about Yuna getting married?
As long as the pilgrimage continues, either way's fine.
That's it? What if she doesn't even like the guy? Is that okay?
People marry for many reasons.
What's that mean?
Sometimes marriage doesn't require love, you know? Defeat sin and bring joy to the people of Spira. Get married and bring joy to the people of Spira. For Yuna, they're just two ways down the same road. All you need is determination. If you have that, you don't need love.
I don't know. I just don't get it.
He's a true romantic. Yeah, Dan, that wouldn't work. It doesn't matter how many times I say it or how many different times I put it up. People are still going to ask. It is what it is. We've talked about this a bunch of times, but it's funny at this point. I just try my best to just say, yes, it is, and that's it.
We leave as soon as Yuna returns. I trust you'll be ready. We leave as soon as
Okay. That's awesome, Wade. Thanks for joining us. Glad you could join the live stream.
Listen, if Yuna gets married, then
What? That again?
Yes. If she is to marry, I would want her to marry for love.
See?
But if Yuna said she wanted to marry the one she loves, I would have to object.
Huh? You're not making much sense.
I know.
Yeah, the thing is, I think no matter how much you put the lives up, people think it might be a recording of something that was once live. I think there's people that make those type of assumptions. So, like, literally having it say that it's live doesn't always help. Because there might be, it's just a recording of something that was live once upon a time, you know?
Lulu?
I've talked enough about that.
What?
I'm sorry, just forget about it.
Jeez, grumpy.
You'll understand one of these days. I just don't want to give it words, not yet. I shouldn't have to say this, but don't fall in love with her.
I can't remember the last time I said too late. Obviously, I always say you're more my type, Lulu. I've definitely done this one before as well, just to see what the line is, but it's been a while. I'm just going to say this one.
I see, but you must keep your feelings inside until the pilgrimage is over.
The you're more my type Lulu is so much more fun. Even just to see her response afterwards, even if that's not the true feeling that you might have. Is just...
I'm a little worried about Lord Jyscal. I wonder if Maester Seymour has heard.
For a while there, I was a little worried about what was gonna happen, yeah?
We leave as soon as
Okay. So, this is our last chance, I guess, if we want to...
Guado potions good. Buy some before leaving.
This is one thing where they're exactly the same, right? I remember the first time I played the game, I was like, oh, like they must have something special about them. Whoops. But they were exactly the same as normal potions, right? And they're more expensive than a normal one. Like, I feel like once upon a time, did they have a different type of potion here or something? Or like something different about them? I feel, because it just feels like they went to the effort of creating a literal scene for it. And then you go in and it's just the same thing / slightly more expensive. Like, there's got to be something. Someone paid Kimura. Yeah, like I feel like there must have been something originally. So if I ever make a mod of this game, I would actually give them something a little different to kind of put something underneath that line to back it up, you know? That's the placebo. Yeah, he got placeboed, man.
Oh.
Waka.
Thank you.
Let's have a look again. So we're up to 17,800. I think we're getting to the stage where we won't be able to one-hit KO using Lulu's spells anymore, even if like an enemy is weak to it. Like, it just won't help. She'll need 2 or 3 spells of everything. Yeah, I wonder if once upon a time there were Albed potions and Guado potions. That'd be kind of fun to know. I think it's better to have this than to not have it. I think we're just, as I say, I think we're going to need to increasingly just escape anyway. Like, we're just not going to have enough time to go in and try and attack these guys. But I'm curious. Well, then I need to also make sure I make enough money to buy the Sonic Steel. But I think also what I want to do is, I'm trying to remember what else you can get from the Moonflow. Like, this is normally a place where you would be doing some serious stealing to start to really boost up your inventory.
When we leave here, we have to go through the Thunder Plains next, you know? I can't stand thunder. I can't...
Okay. so Macarena coming up. But first, I want to have a quick look. Basically, one of the main things that I'd be farming for here would be stuff like stamina tablets. They'd be absolutely crucial for boss battles. I feel like it'd be foolish to not have one. So let's see how realistic it is to try and pick up a couple of those. Leave. Is it worth leaving Riku in the front line? I don't think so. It's almost never worth doing that. I want to double check if anyone has poison protection. It's a bit annoying. So the Thunder Plains is going to be really, really problematic. So I just want to see if I can make life a little better for myself. As I say, normally I'd spend a lot of time here. But we're just going to have a brief little sesh here. Since I defeated Extractor so easy, we're a little bit ahead of schedule. Yeah, I literally have 0 poison protection. This one's the worst because there's 3 enemies here. Like, at least on the ones where there's 2, it's a bit better. And because they get so many attacks, the chances of someone being poisoned by the end of it is pretty high. So, I want to try...
So, how shall we do this?
Let's put this guy into action. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, Lulu. Let's go.
You called?
Get this. Yeah, when things work like that, again, it just makes it so much easier. Hey, Brunette, welcome to stream. Okay, Mega Potion. So basically, we don't have to use Blitzball to farm that stuff anymore, which is also nice. So I'm just showing you guys like what you can do. You can also steal Poison Fangs from these guys as a rare steal, which is a really great way to have a guaranteed way to inflict poison. So, I think, let me... Two antidotes there. Yeah, it'll take a little while to get a Poison Fang, but...
I'm on a roll!
Yeah, so I think basically under normal circumstances you don't really want to leave here until you've got Poison Fangs and stamina tablets. Whoop. So there's no encounters in this little bit, I think. Yeah, so you have to kind of go a bit more back and forth. I'll keep it ×2 speed. ×4 is always a bit too straining for me. Ah, crap, I forgot to switch to the Sentry. And I forgot to switch Riku out. So this is what happens in that scenario. Yeah, so every fight you have to keep your wits about you. You can't start to just autopilot stuff. I'm currently trying out an OP playthrough. I can't remember last time I ever did like an OP playthrough. I just don't know, it's just so like against how I tend to play. I basically never OP. At least for story stuff. Obviously once you get into the post game and you can just like stat max and stuff, obviously you become OP, but I don't know. Okay. One's not too bad. Yeah, at least Lulu can get rid of these guys in a single spell. Makes life a bit easier. Okay, there's our first stamina tablet. So I want to have at least like stamina tablet and some... and a poison fang or 2. Yeah, thankfully, even with the auto-haste, like, Riku's generally quick enough that she can still get some decent turns in here. Everyone getting poisoned. No luck yet, just antidotes so far. Last try. Okay. Go. At least we got the stamina tablet. That was relatively quick. So a little bit of back and forth here, but that's how it goes. You guys avoided the having to watch the grind for extractor preparation for like 15 hours, so you're going to have to just manage this for a little bit. Don't think it should take too long. Ah, didn't work this time. Yeah, now we're in trouble. I'm going to just steal from this chest and then escape. Another mega potion, okay. Nice. And then from here you kind of just have to let yourself get KO'd probably. Oh. Did pretty well there, to be fair. There we go. Yeah, so it's kind of, especially once you get beyond this point, it's going to get very difficult to try and steal and win the fight at the same time. You kind of have to do one or the other. You're just going to have to come in, steal, and then escape. Yeah, it's been a good start. I'm going to see if I can manage with both of these out there at the moment. Increase my chances of getting a poison fang. Get those overdrives charged up as well, I guess, in the process. Come on, poison fang. Nope. Hey, thank you, Danny, for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. And see you later, Rinna. Take care. Get to work on this one that I've already stolen from. Okay. Oh. We've had some pretty good luck with the stamina tablet so far, but not with the poison fang. Hey, Gordon Crits, welcome to the stream. Yeah, if you're referring to No Sphere Grid Extractor, I did do it, yes. You'll have to catch the VOD to see how I got through. Ah, okay. There's always something useful, like you can come in and steal, I don't know, sleep powders from these guys, I think, if you're lucky. Did these guys give a sleep powder on a rare steal? I think they could. Even if not, like the normal steal being a potion, still pretty nice. Now, this already gets dangerous. If Death Touch fails, then yeah, we could literally die here, so nice. Riku hung around for just one more. 2 Antarctic Winds. I think that was the rare steal. Is Fair Obscura on an every other day schedule? Yeah, I think once Tactics is done, then hopefully, yes, I will start to do like Monday to Friday for those, but while they're both running simultaneously, it's just too much work at the moment for me to do like 5 episodes a week for both of those series. And Tactics started first, and Final Fantasy on the channel always basically gets priority, so that's how it's going to be for the time being, unfortunately. I'd love to upload both of those, but just too much stuff going on at the moment for me to do all of that at the moment. You have to stay patient, unfortunately. I think still just come in for steel here. Still looking for that first poison fang. Okay. Try one from there. Remedy. Pretty good steal, to be fair. Yeah, no worries. Appreciate that. Definitely one of the, I think, secrets to my longevity. I think I'm pretty good at ignoring viewer demand and just doing what works for me. Even though it might seem a little bit mean sometimes, it just you gotta do what works for you. So it helps to pace what I do. The next wall will be Seymour. Honestly, maybe not, because I'm definitely going to try and steal a Petrify Grenade to get rid of the guards pretty easily. Seymour's basically like, how willing are you to farm really powerful items, because you could literally blitz for a Dark Matter and just use that on Anima and take her out in a single turn when she's boosted, basically. So it depends. We'll have to see. I don't really know right now. Yeah, I think for me in that sense it's been a little bit easier because I've just come up so slowly, and I spent so many years like doing the stuff with just a hobby and or like a very small kind of side hustle pocket money thing that even like during those times obviously I was just used to doing it my way because there was no financial incentive, you know? So I think I developed a way of just doing it my way because that's literally, I didn't have enough viewers or enough pressure to do it any other way. But obviously over time the channel grows, you start to make more money, you can start to do it as a job, blah blah blah. Then obviously your relationship with it changes, but I think you've got to try your best to not lose, you know, how you started off and how you grew to love content creation, all that kind of stuff, because your viewers will eat you alive if you let them, in that sense. You know, you try to appease them too much, you're gonna lose eventually. So yeah, as I say, it might seem a bit mean sometimes, but it is what it is. I've done okay so far. So we're off to a good start, but things have slowed down a little here. Come on, Oren, we know you're a badass, but just get out of there. He wants blood. There you go. He wouldn't leave until he's at least taken out someone. Something. Let's to this. Yeah, you know Oren, he's always about the power moves. At least you won't go into overtime today, this is true. Yeah, I need to get a workout in as well. It's been a little while. On holiday obviously I slacked off a little bit. I need to get back to it. Let's try TKO here. I'm gonna try the Death Touch. Both failed. Yeah, see, this is a bit dangerous now. Just get rid of this guy. Wow, he survived that? Crap. I need to get out of there now. God, this guy. Okay, let's just... I don't want to lose anything here because I didn't save. So... I'm just making absolutely sure. That's how you do silly shit like that. That's how you end up losing all of your progress. So yeah, wasn't taking any more risks there. Let's save. Thank you, Kimari. Yeah, like that guy, that bunny hip just refused to die. It survived the stone touch, the death touch, and the Orin hit, and it was still going. So. Caused me some problems. Yeah, touch weapons are just like 50% is such a weird number where sometimes you get streaky and it just works like kind of over and over. And you think to yourself, man, this is the best weapon ever, but then obviously you still have that chance of it going the other way. Okay. Had to be Riku. She's gonna die after the steal. Right. Antidote. Just... I'm not gonna use a Phoenix down here. Get out. One of the most like nerve-wracking mechanics sometimes is the escape. If you don't have flee, it's really rough sometimes because there's obviously the chance of it not working, and sometimes you're really just begging for a character to escape and they don't. Oh man. No worries, Fenrir. It'll be back to the usual kind of schedule for the next one, hopefully. Tuesday instead of Thursday. Try this again. Okay. Maybe he hits. Too powerful. Appreciate that, Adam. Thank you very much. It's definitely a huge help. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, starting to get more dragon scales. I got pretty lucky with the mega potions and stuff early on and the stamina tablet, but okay. Can someone check for me if the rare steel from this guy is a sleeping powder or if it's just like 2 high potions or something? The sleeping powders are incredibly useful as well. Hey Luke, welcome to stream. Good to see you. It's sleeping powder, okay. Yeah, that's why I feel like it's worth throwing in a steal here and there. And we're making a little bit of guild back by at least taking out 1 or 2 of them per encounter. So, not too worried. Maybe leaving Rika on the front line isn't so bad, because her agility's high and her initial counter value is a bit better. Let's just try it for a couple of encounters and see what happens. Yeah, okay. Dragon scale. Nice. Come on, sleeping powder. Oh. Those rare steals do be rare. I think for the gill, let's still try and take them out. How much are we getting? 185. It's not exactly a lot, but I think the Sonic Steel is something like 9k if you get the discounts, 10k, 9k. So I think we should get around that number if we hang out enough. Yeah, Sonic Steel, obviously, as you guys I'm sure can figure out at this point, it's an absolute must. We need it badly. Yeah, 9k, that's it. There you go. Okay, we have a sleeping powder. Excellent. I think again for the girl, let's just try and... It's funny, the sentry hasn't landed us that many preemptive strikes. Like, obviously we're not getting ambushed, but we're not getting a huge amount of preemptives, which would be nice. A couple more Antarctic winds, very nice. Okay. Yeah, the sleeping powder, I'm not going to farm for too much of them, because as you say, you can get them in Macalania. But in the Thunder Plains, if maybe something dangerous happens, or in the early part of Macalania, I would like to just have a few just to protect me. Basically, once we get to the more difficult, even more difficult areas, I guess it's going to turn into a lot of Sonic Steel, swap Riku in and just use an item to take stuff out, or just put stuff to sleep and then steal some more, etc. There you go, it's another potion, mega potion. Now I need these, I need to take this guy out. If this guy's around, then it just becomes a problem. Oh. I need to steal poison fangs. Now if Waka gets taken out here, then it's a problem. This is what I mean, like, it just immediately starts to get dangerous now. Got too much HP as well for Auron to manage, so I guess I think screw it. And again, I'm scared that something's gonna happen, I'm gonna die, so I don't want to try escaping, because if you fail, I think it's still a bit too dangerous. Ice Claw. Okay, probably useless, but... Yeah, putting the Drakes to sleep would be helpful for sure. Ah, shit, I forgot Auron. Okay. Another Mega Potion, cool. Let's at least get one steal in here. Yeah, so that's the one thing we're missing so far. We still don't have a Poison Fang, and I do think it could be pretty useful. So I don't want to leave without getting one of those. So I think as a bare minimum, I'm going to hang out here until I have a Poison Fang. I think ideally I want 2, but I think 1 is the minimum at this point.